I'm Michelle, and this is A Common Life. I'm a homeschooling mom of 5 kids ages 4 through 12, and BookShark generously gave us some of their curriculum to use this year with my younger boys. I have 2 boys who are in 1st and 2nd grade, and so we are using BookShark Reading with History Level 1 with them this year. And so far, we are really enjoying the curriculum. And so I wanted to share with you basically how we are using it right now, because we have kind of tweaked it a little bit. I have never used a boxed curriculum before. This is the first time. And so it took a little bit of time for me to kind of get used to basically the way that it is scripted out for you and all of that. Because I used to be a teacher, and so I was used to just taking a book and teaching it, and I didn't really have everything scripted out for me. So it took a little while to get used to that. But what we found was that our boys loved it so much that doing just a little bit each day just wasn't enough for them. So what we ended up doing was basically changing the schedule. My oldest 2 children, who are in 5th and 6th grade, are attending a cottage school 2 days a week, and then on the other 3 days they're doing all their assignments at home. And so on Wednesday and Friday, when they are at that school, I have all of this extra time to basically just work with my boys and get as much done as we can. So what we have decided to do with our BookShark curriculum is that on Wednesdays we do all of our history for the week, and then on Fridays we do all of our science for the week. And it has just worked really well for us to do it that way. So that's just to let you know that even if you have a boxed curriculum, you can kind of tweak things to make them work best for you. I found that when I had all of these uninterrupted hours, it made it a lot easier to get a lot of work done. And they were totally fine with that because they have been enjoying the reading in BookShark so much that they just don't mind at all that we're doing it for a much longer period of time. I am one of those people who has always basically used the curriculum to make it work the best for our family. Having 5 children makes it a little bit different to find little pockets of time to work with all of the children throughout the day. So it was really helpful that BookShark was able to give us level 1 that I could do with both of my boys who are in 1st and 2nd grade. And so even my 4-year-old, when we are doing reading with history, he sits with us and he loves listening to the history, and he tries to do his own little drawings and things like that and little crafts, and he just loves it. So it's been really fun to be able to work with all 3 of them. So the point of this video was basically to actually show you what it looks like when we do our history all in one day. So I just take a look at the schedule sometime earlier in the week, and I kind of figure out how I want to make everything work. As far as the reading is concerned, the reading we do carry out over all 5 days, and sometimes we'll even do our read alouds on the weekend. But the history is the one thing that we kind of clump it all together and do it in one day on Wednesdays. So I will look over everything that is in the big, huge book that comes with BookShark, which explains everything that you will ever need to know about teaching the curriculum. I look through that and I figure out which books I need, which resources I need, and then I bring those all together. I pile them up on the table and I just plan everything out really quickly. That way, as we're ready to begin, everything is right there in front of us. I will then copy down the assignments into my personal planner. That way I can just look at that rather than having the big book out on the table, because it takes up a lot of space. So that's a little bit difficult when I have 3 boys at the table with me. So I'll write down those assignments, make sure I know exactly which questions I should be asking and which vocab I'm referring to, and then I will just go ahead and gather the boys around me and we will do the reading together. One thing that we have always done in our homeschool is allow children to kind of draw and doodle as we are reading. And so when I am reading from the history books that don't really have any pictures or things like that, I allow the boys to kind of just draw whatever they want. So right here, the boys are drawing their own version of the cherubs, which are from the Assyrians, and it's really cute the way that they turned out. They did such a cute job. And they also have drawn other things in the book, different parts that we have learned as we were reading, and we just keep it all in a notebook so it's all in one place for them. After we have read through all of the history for the week, we will pull out our read aloud and read 1 or 2 chapters, kind of depending on what the boys want to read. When we read the book Little Pear, which is part of the BookShark curriculum, the boys would not let me stop reading that book. So I think we read it in 2-3 days. We just read that book so quickly. So it depends on, their interest level. But I feel like if my boys are interested and they want me to keep going, I want to keep going. I want to keep reading with them and encouraging them. And so even if it doesn't fit perfectly within the schedule of how it's supposed to be, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with kind of switching things around and making it work for our family. I have to say that one of the best things about the BookShark curriculum is that everything is laid out for you right there. So if you are the type of person who likes to go by the book and do everything in order, make it so incredibly easy for you. Basically, you just have to read through the assignments and do what it says. It even gives you questions to ask the children, and it gives you activities to do, and it makes it so simple. Thank you to BookShark for sending us this curriculum. We are really enjoying it this year and we really appreciate it. If you would like to learn more about BookShark, I will have links down below in the description box for you to check out. Please make sure you go ahead and do that. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.